Hello and welcome to Plasback. Now, in a previous video, I mentioned we were without power for, it was 5 days in total. Fortunately, the power is now back on, but it does mean we have lost all the food we had in the freezer. Now, hopefully, I should be getting some compensation from the national grid for the fact we were without power for so long. And in anticipation of that, I've invested in this, which when it is unpacked will be a hot compost bin. Now, the idea is that we can put all of the food from the freezer into the hot compost bin and turn it into useful compost rather than having it go into landfill. That's the plan anyway. We'll see if it works. For now though, I need to find somewhere to put it. I'm thinking somewhere around here. So we've got the barn on the side there, and one day that will be a lovely living room with big patio doors and a veranda, and then a nice little patio area here, and then a big bed with lots of plants on the side here next to the stream. For now, though, it's a bit of a dumping ground, but I'm hoping to at least clear some of it this winter and create the bed on the side here. And I'm thinking of putting a little kind of compost bay area here. The only problem is there is a lot of couch grass here. Couch grass is really invasive, so I need to get rid of it. Now, there are 3 approaches I could take. The first one is to use weed killer and spray it all with nasty chemicals, but I try not to use any of those in the garden. The second option is to just dig it all out by hand, but I've got a full-time job. I don't have the time to be doing that. And also with couch grass, if you leave just the smallest little bit of root in, it will regrow. So the third option is to cover it and block out the light and just let time do its thing, and eventually it will die out. Now, with that, you have 2 options. You can use cardboard and a layer of compost, which works if you're just on grass and you want to just kill off the lawn or something. But it doesn't really work on pernicious weeds like couch grass, brambles and stinging nettles. So the only option left is black plastic, which when you compare that to using chemicals, it is a good option, even though plastic isn't ideal. But I will be able to reuse this in lots of places in the garden to help get rid of weeds. Okay, best get started. Oh, I need to clear loads of this junk first, so yeah, might be a while. I think I'll take off my posh jacket before I start. Okay, so the black plastic is all laid out here, and I've weighted it around the edges with heavy stones to stop it from hopefully blowing away. Now, really, I need to cover this whole area, but for today, I'm just going to leave the bit where I'm going to put the composting stuff and the hot compost bin in particular. And yeah, it started to rain quite heavily, so I'm going to take a little break and I'll pick things up again later. So it's now time to unpack this bad boy. Now I'm going to take off the sellotape, as the cardboard's quite wet and will actually be quite handy to use in the compost bin. So with a hot compost bin, just like any composting system, you want to have a good mix of your greens and browns. So green materials are things that are rich in nitrogen, like your plant cuttings, your grass clippings, that kind of thing. Oh, and in this case, the food from the freezer. And then brown are things like twigs, bits of paper, and cardboard. And if you have a good mixture of both of those, then the compost rots down better. Ooh. All right, here we go. It's very light. It seems to be made of like polystyrene that seems quite compact, and it's got a little thermometer on the top there that will be handy. Okay, hinges on this side. Ooh. Okay. So, a few bits in here. Accessories. Straps. Bottle, thermometer, raking stick. Okay. Assume that's for picking around. Oh, Milo's come to see what's going on. Do you want to go back in? Cold and wet. No. Okay, so you meant to put hot water in this bottle, and it's talking about bacteria, so I'm not sure if there's something else to go in there. Okay, user guide, that's what we need. Oh, 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 oh. I should have known that Milo would want to check out the new toy. You all right there? Oh. You want to go in? Oi, 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 oi. Stop scratching it. Okay, I finished reading the instructions, and what I need to do is put a layer of twigs in the base to start with, then just add the frozen food that I need to get rid of, but mix them together with, it says shredded paper or wood chip, so I can use some of the cardboard, and I do have some little shavings from when we made the bridge over there, so wood shavings, so hopefully I can use those as well. Oh, I need to attach the straps. Oh, I finally figured it out. Right, so it's not that you tip the water in there. It's that you put the hot water in the bottle and put the bottle inside, because then it's hot and it helps kickstart the process. Okay, it all makes sense. Right, so I put the straps on the side, which are holding in the hatch, and I'll fill that up with hot water. Hang on. Okay, so I'll put this in on the top afterwards. So I'll put it inside for now. Keep the instructions handy. Right, let's take this down to its final position. Luckily, it's very light. Oh, I'm very strong. Okay, there's a little vent on the top, and I've just opened that by 2 millimeters as recommended in the instructions. Now, what I need to do next is fill it up with some twigs at the bottom. Okay, find twigs. Okay, I think I've got enough sticks in there. Now, the only problem is I keep finding lovely bits of lichen on the sticks. I don't have the heart to then put them in the compost bin. So I'll just put them somewhere where they look pretty. So now it's time to unpack the freezer. Oh, homemade chocolate chip cookies. Bye bye. Fresh peas. As I go along adding the frozen food, I'm going to add some of these wood shavings from when we did the bridge. There's a little video about creating the covered bridge, so check that out if you haven't already. Goodbye French fries. Goodbye naan bread. Goodbye frozen chips. And to mix things up, I'll also be adding some of the cardboard that I showed you earlier. Okay, so I'll carry on with this and check in again in, well, they say 3 months, but I think it might be a bit longer than that, especially because it's winter and the food is frozen. So it's going to need a little bit of help to warm up. But yeah, keep an eye on the channel, check back in maybe 5 months, and hopefully I'll have some nice compost to show you then. Bye for now.